I want to go through this pretend quiz review. Some people call it a pretend quiz. Some people call it a review. Similar to things that you need to know going into when you do U substitution. These are all the basics of this chapter 4 that we've been talking about. Okay, so strategies here. First of all, recognizing the question. Indefinite integral, definite, definite. Since we've been working on definite, sometimes people forget the old. Okay, indefinite integral. My strategies are to expand and integrate. So I'm going to expand this, multiply this out. So 3x to the third minus 6x squared plus 3x. And that's what I'm integrating. Raise it by 1, divided by the power. So x to the fourth divided by 4. That makes 3/4. X to the third divided by 3 would make that 2. X squared divided by 2 makes 3/2 x squared plus c. So you can check by taking the derivative. 3/4 x to the third, 6x squared, 3x plus c. Good, got it. That's an indefinite integral. Definite integral, same as indefinite as far as how you integrate. It's just what you do at the end. Raise by 1, divide by that power. Raise by 1, divide by that power. Plugging in 2 and -3. Common mistakes, plug in the wrong number, multiply it out incorrectly. So I'm going to plug in 2 first. So I have 2 times 4 minus 2. That's my first quantity. Minus 2 times 9 minus -3 would be plus 3. So we have, the more you can simplify here, the better off. 8 minus 2 is 6. 18 plus 3 is 21. 6 minus 21 is -15. Now, it says no calculator. Okay, that's because it wants you to do it without a calculator. So then I was going to go back and check with my calculator, either on the graphing screen or the function int screen. And I'm going to do function int from -3 to 2 of 4x minus 1, -15. Okay, so make sure you check it out when you're practicing. You won't always be able to do that on a test. Okay, going further here, integral of 2 cosine. Integral of cosine is sine, so I have 2 sine of t. Double check, derivative of sine is positive, so I'm okay there. From 3/4 pi to pi over 4. So breaking this a little bit further, I'm going to take the 2 out. So I'm basically just taking the sine of 3/4 pi minus the sine of pi over 4. Okay, so pi over 4 values are here. 3/4 pi values are here. The sines are equal to each other at those spots because the y coordinate is positive at both those spots. So radical 2 over 2, radical 2, it doesn't really matter. This is equal to 0. So when you have this value of sine 3/4 minus pi over 4, you get 0. Okay, letter D, to figure out the integral. We don't have a U substitution yet that we can do for this. You don't even know what that is if you haven't watched the new video. But we can break this thing up into fractions and then reduce. And then just integrate using our power rule. So 4/2 minus 1/2 is 3/2. 2x to the first minus x to the 1/2 is x to the 1/2. Now I can integrate just like I have before. Raise it by 1, divide by the power. X to the 5 halves divided by 5 halves would be multiplying by 2/5. Raise it by 1, divide by the power. Raise this by 1, that's x to the 3 halves. Divide by 3 halves, the same as multiplying by 2/3. So I have -4/3. And you can always check by taking the derivative. Only thing we're missing, plus c. Indefinite integral. Okay, definite integral. You may want to think about x squared over 2 as 1/2 x squared, just as you're doing these problems. Not even a dx there. Okay, so I'm going to integrate, raise the power by 1, divide by that power. This becomes x to the 3rd over 3 times 1/2 is x to the 3rd over 6. That's going to be a little bit salty there. Raise this by 1, divide by the power, also salty, plus 3x. 1 to -2. So again, this is only your lesson you're going to get in fractions. If you watch this, you're plugging in 1. So I have 1/6 minus 3 halves plus 3 minus, notice how I'm keeping the quantities separate, -8/6. This gets squared, so 4 times 3 is 12, divided by 2 is 6, so -6 minus 6. Interesting. That's a -6. This is 6, but there's a -6 there. So I can't really see that there, so I'm going to rewrite it. So I have 1/6. I'm going to change this one to 6 while I'm doing that. Minus 9/6 plus 18/6. Look what I did there. Common denominators. This is minus 8/6. It's already in 6. I don't need to change it. And this is -12. Well, if you put that over 6, -12 over 6 would be -72 over 6. So you can just, now you have everything in common denominator. You can combine it if you know what you're doing. We'll see if I did it after all this talking and writing, and there's some wrestler out there knocking on the door. 1/6 minus 9/6 is -8/6 plus 18. That would be 10/6 plus, this is -80, but it means plus 80. So 90 over 6, which is 15. Before my time runs out, I'm going to check it real quick. Function int -2 to 1 0.5 x squared minus 3x plus 3. Don't put in the integrated, put in the original. Yes, 15. And still add and multiply despite my old age.